G'day everybody, welcome to Rugby Chat for the 13th of May, and coincidentally it's the 13th of it's our 13th episode for the year. So expecting to see our buddy Mike in maybe later on. If not, I'm sure he'll jump in and have a chat to us on the comments below. So if you want to comment on the show, please do. Just type it in and I'll see if I can answer them. First off, this week we've got Thames Valley and our flag. Why not? As I said, each week we'll be bringing you something a bit different. And the club of the week this week is the Centenary jersey from the Wataroa club down there in South Westland. Awesome old jersey, this one. And so, yeah, 101 years old this year. So congratulations to the Wataroa team down there on the coast. So, yeah, be interesting to see what gem I can pull out next week. But just a couple of housekeeping things. Who would have thought that our greatest ever video would be of a golf shot? Yeah, yesterday we had the pleasure of all of New Zealand watching Ryan Fox do that chip in to win the golf tournament at Myrtle Beach, and it was a magic bloody little chip straight in the hole basically. And well, I think our best ever video had about 60,000, maybe 70,000 views. Well, in less than 24 hours this golf shot has already been seen over 125,000 times. So if we can get that sort of viewership here on Rugby Chat, that would be quite unbelievable. But anyhow, enough of me going whoop whoop and dinging my own bell and chain and whatever you want to call it. Super Rugby. Wow, what a weekend we had. So I'll just jump straight into this and bring that up. As you can see, there's all our graphics for the week. So we'll have a quick look at last weekend's results. And of course, we did actually say, yeah, the Blues. Poor old Drua. What's happened to them? They can't win away, and they just got completely smashed at home there by the Blues. 34 points to 5. I think it was, 22-0 at halftime. A late consolation try there to the Drua, but the Blues were just far too strong. The second game on Friday night, we had the Reds travelling to the Waratahs. It looked like the Waratahs were going to get up in that one, but the Reds fought back, scored that late try. It was, both games were played in sort of quite wet conditions, but the Waratahs winning home streak hasn't really lasted, and they've brought their away form home with them back to Allianz Stadium in Sydney. But then on Saturday, I honestly did not see this coming. With the Crusaders up at half-time, I thought, okay, maybe the Chiefs have hit a bit of a roadblock. But the thing was, the Crusaders stayed in the changing sheds at half-time, and the Chiefs came out and literally blew them off the park and got a big away win in Christchurch. I think it's about their third win in a row now over the Crusaders. So they're becoming a bit of a bogey team for them. And of course, you've got to say, I suppose, and a few Crusader fans might not like it, but McKenzie played a blinder in that game. So, yeah, was he injured or did he just get the rest, as they say? And then, of course, we've got the Force. They were celebrating their 20th year in Super Rugby over there in Perth. And but the Brumbies were far too strong there, getting up by 33 points to 14. So I was, I believe, 2 from 4. And from memory, Mike was the same. I actually think he went for the Chiefs in that one. So I'll give last week's tipping win to Mike. If we have a quick look at the table now, though, and as you can see, the Chiefs there are up on top at on 41 points, with the Brumbies now moving into second place on 39 after their win. The Crusaders dropped down to third. But this week, the Chiefs have the bye. So a good bonus point win there by the Crusaders this week would get them back on top. That's if the Brumbies drop their game, of course, because after this week, the Brumbies could be top of the pile. And then, of course, you've got the Reds there on 32 points. And the Blues, well, they're, of course, now starting to look dangerous because the rule of thumb is if you can get 30 points, you're in the playoffs. Well, they're only 3 points away from that now. And the Hurricanes, of course, sitting there after their bye week on 26. And Moana Pacifica not that far behind on 24. And then we have the Waratahs, who are pretty much gone burger now, I'd say. Western Force on 22. The Highlanders are fighting for pride. They need to have miracle results, and results go their way over the next few weeks, because there's only, 3 more rounds to go. So that's 15 points. 15 and 18 is 33 points. So, yeah. So otherwise, and then, of course, the Drua are still replanning for next year, because I can't see them picking up 15 points in the next 3 matches. So it is all to play for. And, of course, but Mike's feeling a bit crook today, so that's why he's not here. But that's okay, Mike. Don't worry. The Hurricanes have got COVID. Oh, did I say COVID? Well, there you go. I thought COVID was a done and dusted thing, but no, luckily they got COVID in their bye week. And so that's a good thing for Hurricane fans. So we'll move into this week's game, and talking about the Hurricanes, they will be taking on the Highlanders on Friday night at Sky Stadium at 7:05 New Zealand time. And, well, both teams coming off the bye. So let's have a think about it, eh? Actually, I just had a thought about Mike being a bit busy this morning. I'm thinking he's been a bit probably hungover. But anyhow, Hurricanes, Highlanders. Well, I think the Hurricanes, they've got the bit between their teeth now. And the reason I say that is, just listening to some of the words coming out in the press conferences, etc., they're saying that, they don't want to be chasing stuff anymore. This week, okay, we won. Next week, they lose. And then they go, oh, what did we do wrong? So I think the mindset for the Hurricanes is well up there at the moment. And I think the poor old Highlanders are in for a bit of a hiding on Friday night at the stadium. So my pick for this match will be Hurricanes to get up by 15 points over the Highlanders with the bonus point to keep everything at bay. But then, of course, we will then head across the Tasman, and the Crusaders. Well, they need to get back on board, don't they? They need to bounce back from that defeat last week to the Chiefs. And the Crusaders, well, they'll be taking on the Waratahs there at Allianz Stadium. That kickoff is 9:35 New Zealand time on Friday night. So a good double header for a Friday night. Have a few beers, etc. Yeah, I do believe that the poor old Waratahs are in for a bit of a hiding, because I'm sure the Crusaders will not want to go back-to-back defeats. And on the road, it could be an interesting matchup. But I think the Crusaders have a lot more to prove. Depends on the weather, of course. And, we've seen a few low-score games in Australia. So, and I knew he would anyway. So just going back to the last game, Mike is going for the Highlanders. So, yeah, I knew he would do that. So that's why, of course, I'll go the Canes. Go the Canes every day. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, Waratahs, Crusaders. Well, yeah, I'm going to go before Mike jumps in and say the Crusaders are going to win this by 20 points. I think they're going to be far too strong. They'll be wanting to sort out their life. And 20 points to me for the Crusaders. So we will now go across to the next game, and that's going to be on Saturday afternoon, change of time there. Normally, we get games about 4 o'clock or whatever, but this game is going to be on at 3:35 from Lautoka. The Drua taking on the Force, battle with the Cellar Dwellers. Yeah, I think Fiji in Lautoka, Churchill Park, will be but far too strong for the Force. I think going all the way from Perth to Lautoka will be a tough ask. And Mike is saying Drua at home should win well. And also welcome Clarence Campbell. He's going Wellington for me as well. Of course, they dropped the word Wellington. It's just the Hurricanes now, but we know what you mean, Clarence. Thank you for your comment. But yeah, the Drua, I mean, they've shown some brilliant points for me. And of course, Clarence agrees with me. He must be a Wellington member. He's going Crusaders by 12. But the Drua, I think, they will just literally run the feet off the Western Force. As I said, 3:30 in the afternoon. It'll be a bit warm. Hopefully the weather will be fine. And we'll be in for a great running rugby, game of running rugby. So, as I said, we won't know what the team lineups are until tomorrow afternoon. But I think, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with the Drua at home. I'll be, as I said, staying with the pack here and going with Mike on that game. So 3:30 then goes to 7:05, North Harbour Stadium, and it's Moana Pacifica taking on the Blues in well, you could call it a battle of the bridge, can't you? Super Rugby's battle of the bridge. And wow, are the Blues going to make it into the playoffs? You can just see it. You can just see that they are, right? But that man there, Adi Savia, what a machine! I mean, he's leading the points on Player of the Year. Everything he touches turns to gold. He's got that team following him, and at the end of the day, if you've got a great leader, it brings out that extra specialness in the teams. So I am going to go for Moana to get up over the Blues here. And as soon as I say Moana to get up, Mike comes jumping in saying the Blues. So that's good. We've got a separation there already. So that's another good separation there for this match. I just think that Moana have still a lot to play for. I mean, they can still make the playoffs themselves, and hell, why not? They've I think picked up five wins now, one of their better seasons, and if they can get one over the Blues at home in front of their 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 fans, I think it'll be quite good. The only thing I have about this match is they call it the away game for the Blues. Well, they just have to travel across the Harbour Bridge. It's not an away game, really. An away game? I don't know. And Mike, I have someone backing me as well. This guy Clarence, well done. He's going with me, saying Moana Pacifica. I think Moana will get up by 8 points. There we go. That's my prediction. Because, well, end of the day, I'm not going to pick the Blues. So I'm going to say right now that Mike's going to come jumping in here in a second and go, he'll take the Blues. Well, he did. He said Blues for the win. So that's going to be an interesting matchup at 7:05. The round will then round off at 9:35 New Zealand time with the Brumbies taking on the Reds. This is an Aussie blockbuster if I've ever seen one. Joe Schmidt will be watching this game. This is the Australian trial for the Lions, isn't it? I mean, these are the two high flyers. You got the Reds with the incumbent Wallabies coach coming in, Les Kiss. You got Stephen Larkin, two great Australian rugby heads there leading these teams onto the battle. And then, it's in Canberra, the Reds. Brumbies have slipped up, but the Brumbies did come back last week against the Force. And the Reds, snuck that win in the wet at the Waratahs. But the Reds can win away. And, Battle of the Bridges, Clarence has said about the previous game. And now he's going, oh, okay. So we'll start this off by thinking we might have to disagree. Clarence is going Reds will take the win. And Mike is saying Brumbies, but will be a great game. Well, I'm going to split the pack here and say, sorry, Clarence, I think the Brumbies will get up. And I think it will be a close game. Do we call it another golden point game? Yeah, I don't know. I think if Noah Loasia is on form, they'll be taking every point. I think I'll take the Brumbies to get up here and win by 9 points. But in saying that, if the Reds can pick up a bonus point, that will be a victory to the Reds as well, because, they're already there in third place or fourth place. And a bonus point will just help solidify their top, placing there. But of course, everyone's going to be also fighting for that home quarterfinals as well, because it'll be the top four at home taking on the bottom four. Top three. I don't even know how that works yet. Top six. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And the bye week this week goes to the Chiefs, who get to put their feet up. I just say don't get COVID, but be prepared to watch you slip down the table with teams behind you, all hopefully picking up victories. So, yeah, that's our look at Super Rugby for the week. Otherwise, what else have we got happening? I'll just move the alcohol. British Lions, they were named, of course, last week. Interesting to see 3 Kiwis, a couple of Aussies, and a couple of South Africans in there, as is now per the norm. I had to have a joke with a few people about that, being, the British, Irish, and Leinster Lions, because Leinster do have a massive representation in that squad. The Welsh have one player, Tomo Williams. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all moves forward. They do have the game before the tour against Argentina. I believe that's in Dublin coming up. And also stay tuned as the tour progresses, because yours truly will be on a awesome show with Joe Shett, and we'll be having a chat about the Anzac game. But that's in July, so stay tuned for that moving ahead. In Major League Rugby, the Anthem are the first team to get the, no chance of making the qualifications. Thank you. Nice. Wales have 2, Tomo Williams and Jack Morgan. Oh, sorry, Joe. Oh, welcome. I thought it was only the one. But looking at some graphics, I saw the one. Okay, so Wales have 2. And but I'm going to be working on trying to get a couple of special guests on the shows during the Lions tour myself, along with Joe. So thank you for watching, Joe. And Mike, nice jersey, that one too. Thank you, Mike. But yeah, in Major League Rugby, the Anthem, who were developed to help create a stronger American team, national team, under the guidance of one Alama Iramia, may I say, have now gone almost 30 matches in Major League Rugby and have yet to actually register a victory. I know there's a lot of young guys in that team, but this year they have brought in some new guys. But how is that helping American rugby? The team was set up by USA Rugby. And to me, I think it's one of those experiments that they may need to get, what do you call it? Say, yeah, that didn't work, and put it in the bin. As I said, I am also going to be promoting the Lions Unleashed show. And thank you, Joe. Thank you for the invitation, for inviting us onto that show. It's going to be an awesome one, and I've got a few sneaky surprises up my sleeve for that show. But yeah, I mean, it is a bit frustrating to see what America Rugby is doing. And now, of course, the story is that the Robinson, the leader, or I think that's his name, of World Rugby, is in full support of having a US-based West Coast side in Super Rugby. It sort of worked in pre-season when Rugby LA went down and played Fiji Drua in the islands in pre-season. It was a good game. It was a great game. La da 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 da. But America, unless we're getting some money, Super Rugby is going to be getting a ton of money from some American investors. That is my only thought, is why they're even muting that idea. Because, I mean, they've got their own competition. They've got Canada to the north they could do something with. They've got the Caribbean. Why not? You know, why not have a Caribbean team? Move the anthem to the Caribbean. There's an idea. Bring in some of these quick Jamaican boys, or boys from Belize or Guatemala or Mexico or the West Indies. I think that could be a bit of fun to see a Super Rugby North, because you do have Super Rugby Americas, but that's all in South America now, because the American side, Glendale Raptors, they dropped out. Well, the American Raptors, they dropped out of that competition, and now it's just a South American Super Rugby. So why not have a North American Super Rugby, have the South American Super Rugby, and then have a nice little tri-nations between the Super Rugby and then North and South. That could be a bit of fun. And have those games in America. Imagine the Crusaders playing on Palmares or the Doggos from Argentina. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of me bleating on. Quick show today. Got lots and stuff to do. Oh, yes. Now, just lastly, for New Zealand viewers, I do have to say about the new RX Explorer. I was so happy to see that King Country came out and had a mention about the results you might see on scoring apps around the place. Then Mid Canterbury came out and said about having problems with the scoring app. There's been problems with the scoring app. They've tried to say it's all, you know, it was last weekend, but it's been going on all season. People have short memories, and this is my little spiel. And Clarence, yes, it's like Sri Lanka got a rugby team. I understand you. Is that, where was I going with that? Oh, yes, that's what I was going to say. Because, sorry, I've been put off by a shout out to Marcus from Mike being on the whistle again. And as I said, Clarence going on about the Sri Lankans. Actually, Sri Lanka have had a Sevens IPL tour, and Marcus has been out busy doing the whistle up in the Bay of Plenty. But back to what my little moan bitch is about. There we go. That's what I'm trying to get out of my head, is that people have a short memory. And the short memory is, pre-COVID, when we did results were never really officially official until 6 p.m. on a Tuesday night. How do I know that? I've been doing this for 30 years, people, and I've seen it all, right? I've seen results coming through. A team wins 25-17 or 25-16, and then we find out that the team that got 17 ended up with a real late try that wasn't publicised, and they start moaning about losing out on a bonus point. I've seen games that have been reversed due to unregistered players playing for a team, and then their points have been stripped from them from a table because they played unregistered players. I've seen people have a moan about a score being 94-8 to be told, no, it was 94-10 by the team that got beaten. So the thing is, please, on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Friday or a midweek game, whenever, when you do see the results coming up on social media via your club page, great, you can celebrate. I'm not saying that you can't celebrate your team's victories. But when all results are not results until the parent union have posted those results, because they're the ones that have received game cards from the referees. They're the ones that have gone on and double checked that the right scores have been entered into the system and stuff like that. And then they will sign it off. And a lot of teams will have that done by a Sunday or even a Saturday. It depends on how good the grapevine is, the jungle drums are. But unless a union hasn't put up a full account of their results or their standings, don't give the administrators at these clubs a hard time. They, I won't mention whom, but, it was a couple of unions. The ladies were trying to have a happy Mother's Day. Yeah, they were taking phone calls from people going, the score's wrong. Well, the score was right from what they had seen entered into the system. So, you've got to give administrators a bit of thing here. It's not their fault. They're trying their best to get the results out as fast as they can and as accurate as they can. And as I said, and if they're not there for your convenience, well, too bad. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say whatever you like on social media, on websites or whatever, or just in a bar. But just take the thing as if your team won on a Saturday and that's the result you had, enjoy your Saturday, celebrate the win. If for some reason they have that win taken off them on a Monday, go, well, we had a great Saturday. Okay, so and that of course goes with the Tribe app. Tribe are locked into the RX system by having their results. So when the results aren't showing up on Tribe, it's not that they haven't put them in, it's just that the results have not been finalized or entered into the RX system. So the scores you see on Tribe have been entered, but they could change, because we did see a lot of score changes on one game in the weekend, and it was starting to really, give me grief for one of the unions I do participate for. So we're coming up to the half-hour mark, and as Mike has just said, yeah, happened to the Div 1 in the weekend, score was wrong, and it was wrong until yesterday. Well, the thing is, yesterday was Monday, and the people can go and sort that out. So anyway, that's me for a day. Thank you, Clarence. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Mr. Joe Shep, for your comments. We'll be back, hopefully. You never know, I might even be back later in the week to have a moan about whatever else is going on in the world of rugby. A quick last congratulations to the New Zealand under-20s winning the world not the World Championship, but the the Rugby Championship under-20s. Congratulations to the New Zealand under-85s for going 2-0, winning the series 2-0 over in Sri Lanka in what was an awesome tour. And of course, the last shout out goes to the mighty Black Ferns for demolishing the Wallaroos over there in Newcastle to get their Pac 4 underway with a few new faces. So congratulations to the three New Zealand teams. New Zealand's youngsters are doing it well on the stage and looks quite bright for the future. So thank you, Clarence. You have an awesome day today as well. And we'll catch up with you all on our next episode. Keep rugby real. Catch you later.